is the Herons are stacked. It's time to hop on and report the facts. Last year, Inter got rid of Drake the Wall to start a grandpa at goalie with greats and all. But he couldn't hack it late in the regular season. A goat on the bench with the stats to squeeze in. Blocko hit the postseason. Goalie for hire, 34 on his back for all the goalies he retired. Carried the squad to MLS Cup, the story of legends. Funny though, he's a two-time hungry for seconds. Miami giving MLS goalie of the year. On a waste when we had the best goalie right here. Behind St. Clair from the Later Maple Leafs to play 0 minutes at the World Cup on the bench made of maple tree. War game, gave it your best shot, bro. Cause nobody can stop the GOAT. Rocco Blocko!
Chris. The Herons are back. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 564 of the Battered Herons podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada. Alongside me, as always, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir? You're on mute, sir.
There was a game today?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't play like that. You know. Everybody's ready for the goalie-poly.
Why is everybody waiting for the goalie-poly? It's one goal.
Yeah, okay. All right, so it was a
You're gonna have to go off the chat because if I'm gonna be painting here, I'm not. You gotta pay attention to the chat.
I'll try my best. You know that this is your thing. All right, and then we'll start off with the $2 Super Slam. Mr. Krabs, Chris, get the pots and pans because we're cooked.
Yeah, we're fucking done.
Walter Torres, Rocco, no Blocko. And
no,
Nick,
Rocco Lotta Blocko.
Nick
Rocco a lot of
Blocko. No Blocko. We got sliced bread. Sell Rocco. Mr. Rocco's mistakes were awful. You see, we got the Lou man. You cannot be serious with that intro. It was sarcasm. I did it for Chris because he played that thing as soon as he could, and it's ridiculous. Chris dropping stinkers just like Rocco. Yeah, man. Look. And you know what? This isn't just a Rocco thing. It's just he had the blunder of the game, which he's had quite a bit of blunders.
But it's not even the blunder of the game. It's the fourth goal that was allowed.
But it was still the blunder of the game, though. You can't deny that. That was embarrassing. It was like when you have something really bad happen and it's like the cherry on top. That was the cherry on top.
No. You want to know what the blunder of the game was? The blunder of the game was just the game itself. It was, listen. This was one of the most awful games I've ever seen out of an Inter Miami team I've ever seen in my whole life. If I'm a Nashville fan, I'd be happy. The most happiest I'd ever been in my life watching this team because Nashville dominated us all game. The entire game.
Yeah. Then you're right about the midfield. It's too crowded. Yeah, and look, I never understood why we were bringing Casemiro. I know that he's a world-class player, but I didn't think that he fit here. I mean, we technically look. You know, I'll give you my assessment real quick, and I'll give it to you in 30 seconds. It felt like Inter Miami thought they were playing against NYCFC in Yankee Stadium. I felt like they thought they were playing in a narrow pitch, and they decided to attack narrow, and they decided to defend compact and just give away the wide areas where, man, I forgot his name, Sahad was dominating down the left.
He's a fucking beast, that guy.
They basically let him go down the left side unchallenged, down the right side, Espinosa unchallenged. And when we were on the ball, it was straight down the middle, nothing wide. And then what's even worse is that they were playing compact defense. And when our midfield got the ball, whether it was Bright, Casemiro, whoever it was in the midfield, they had 3 or 4 players closing in on them immediately, blocking off passing lanes, and they were on us with their counter press. Nashville's game plan was to suffocate the midfield, and they did that. And they did that well. And we didn't. We had no answer for it. We had no way to go out wide, especially with our wide options. Our Muda and Region isn't bad, but when Muda is one of our wide options,
like, it was fucking dog shit.
It was just a bad overall.
Listen, Danny, like this was the most pitiful game I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, you know what it is to sub in Falcon for Mura later in the game, like as early in the game as they did, and there's no injury. That's more embarrassing than the Rocco goal, to be perfectly honest. And I chatted with you
I'm
and
sorry, I blanked on what you were just saying. You said what's more embarrassing?
that Muda got subbed out at the time
Oh.
that he did,
Yeah.
right? That's more embarrassing to me than the Rocco goal because
But you know what?
if you
I like that. When I saw Hoyos did that, I was like, well, he's not even waiting for halftime. He's like, no, we got to fix this
how
thing
hard
right
of
now.
a decision is that? How hard of is this? How hard is a decision of that?
Not all managers make that decision. Jesus, come on, give him some credit. Not all managers will be like, all right, at halftime we'll make that change. He made it. Like he's like, I got to make this change now. I'm not saying Hoyos is great and that this was a great match by him, but that was a great decision.
Yeah, you are. You're saying he's the greatest fucking coach ever on the face of the planet.
Why do you have to be so like? Why do you have to be such an extremist? Why can't you just be down the middle? There are some goods and some bads.
No, this whole thing was awful, and that's your favorite coach of all time, and it was unacceptable, Danny. This whole game is just unacceptable. I'm already done painting the wall.
The Lumen, Facundo Basura needs to never start again. They got to stop bringing in right backs. We already have our right back. We have Ian Frey. Stop bringing in other right backs. At least not starting right backs.
I was messaging you and your brother, and I thought, go ahead.
The Lumen, I do need to know this. Chris Rocco loves Satrico. Yes, it is Satrico. Because I refuse to believe that he watches this and like I will tell you one thing about Chris is that if we gang up on him, he will dig his heels in. So he'll do away with common sense. And just for the fact to defend his stance, he'll just talk nonsense. And you'll see that today.
Nonsense.
I'm sure that's what's going to happen.
No,
but once everybody's like, no, you're wrong, he's like, all right, F this. I'm going to dig my heels in. And even if what I'm saying doesn't make sense, I'm going to say it because that's who I am. And that's what he's about to do. But it does feel like satire, absolutely, because it makes no sense.
Look, but Danny knows me. You know me, Danny.
Mr. Krabs. Chris would rather watch paint dry, which is funny.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you guys asked for a paint show. I was going to do a members only earlier today.
Mm-hmm. He was.
But Danny, you know me.
That not everybody gets to watch it.
Exactly. But you know me. And listen, I don't care about like digging my heels in.
Yes, you
That's
do.
one play. That's one play.
Chris, Look, I don't want to turn this into
a
Rocco
you know what,
show
Sean Baum. So bring that Sean Baum back. Bring that Sean Baum back.
No, you
bring that
gave
Sean
me the control of the chat. So no, and that's it. So real quick, because I don't want to go on about Rocco for an hour. He's had plenty of these, which are at some point unforgivable. The Chicago one. The Chicago one was the start of it. Montreal the following week was another horrible blunder. Like he can't come out of the box efficiently. That first goal, I'm sorry, he has to come out and catch that ball. He has to attack that ball, and everybody is to blame on that one. But that ball just goes by everybody.
He has to come out and catch it. There's two defenders literally before the ball reaches the person that's intended to be receiving
but you know what?
it.
Only one of those three get to catch it with their hands.
Well, you know what? Bad defense out of Lujan and bad defense out of Regilon. For sure, Regilon.
All right. Look, like I said,
am I doing a bad job painting? Are there any painters in the chat? Am I doing a bad job with rolling paint?
I think it looks done already.
It looks, it's basically done. Yeah,
what color is that?
What do you mean, what color is it? It's green.
Why would you paint it green?
Because I like green.
I thought your favorite color was gray.
Well, gray is my favorite color.
So why wouldn't you paint it gray?
Well, because I have a lot of wood accents here, and the wood accents play well with the green.
I think it would have played better with the gray.
I mean, if I didn't have as much wood in this room, I probably would have done that. But Yeah, I wasn't gonna do gray.
You're like an Eagles fan.
This isn't the Eagles color. This is like Portland Timbers colors.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
This is like a hunter green.
All right, Chris, you want me to go through the starting lineup or you want to do it?
No, I'll go off of it by memory. So
Okay,
we
cool.
basically have Rocco in goal. Left back, finally, Regilon makes a start. And then at center back, we have the weirdest pairing with Lujan and Frey. Right back with wasteful Mura. Okay. Then the midfield, you have RDP, Bright, Segovia, and Casemiro. And then up top, you have Messi and Suarez. I think Segovia played like a left wing, if I'm not mistaken. But that's your starting lineup.
The way I saw it, I saw a 4-4-2. I saw
I like it, by the way. It's our best lineup. It's our best lineup.
I think we need wide playing players. We need players that play out wide. And when you have Segovia, even if you put him out wide, he's gonna play centrally. You know, Messi's gonna drift centrally. Rodrigo De Paul's gonna drift centrally. So you have to depend on Ian Frey pushing the ball up, but he's not playing right back. He's playing center back. It's just I thought the lineup, yes, that is our best lineup as far as talent wise, but I don't think it goes well together. We're gonna need a midfielder to sit out because it's not working, unfortunately.
So we got a super slam here by Hedge with 199 says, do the Rocco no Blocco versus Saint Nightmare poll. All right, I'm gonna stop painting right now and do that.
I like that name though.
What a disaster, huh?
We and Judah saying we have no wingers at all. We don't, and I think that is going to be a big issue because Nashville dominated us out wide. We couldn't defend out wide. We chose to kind of just give them the wide areas, and then when we were attacking just centrally. We weren't going out wide at all because we don't have any wide players. Like Segovia, like I said, doesn't do anything out there. Mura, I'm not even going to bring his name up anymore. So everything up the middle, and it just gave them all the opportunities in the world to just suffocate us up the middle, and they did. It felt like as soon as Bright or Casemiro got the ball, you just saw three players converging on them, cutting off passing lanes. It was just a beautiful game plan by Nashville, to be honest with you. They just dominated, and it's unfortunate because it was a pure domination from start to finish. And with all that said, and because I'm not sure, since Chris is out here painting, I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, but talking about after they scored that goal and we tied it 1-1, I was like, my God, we got dominated the first half. Yeah, and we're somehow going into half tied. I thought to myself, we have a chance. Like,
no, I knew we had no chance. I knew we had no chance
at halftime.
At halftime, we had no chance. They controlled and dominated the whole first half.
I know.
Aside from one or two good plays, the whole first half was Nashville.
Yeah, I know. But my point is, if you get dominated a whole half and then you somehow go into halftime tied 1-1, I think you feel good. You're like, you know what? That was worst case scenario, and we're not losing. So you go into half, you regroup, and then the way that, well, I don't know, because I'm about to skip into the second half. Chris, what are we doing? Are we going to do the rundown or no?
Yeah. I'm just like going over with a second coat real quick.
Why don't you let the first coat dry?
Well, yeah, I think I should have done that. I mean, I'm going over the second coat technically off of what's dried already.
Okay.
But you're right. Maybe I should let it dry and then go back with a second coat.
That's usually how that works. Yeah. Shout out to Big TV. Don't need to be too embarrassed, boys. We were and remain top of the league. Yep, absolutely. Look, Nashville going into the World Cup break, I said they're the best team in MLS. But after the MLS break, they did not look good. You can't tell me they did. Against Atlanta, they didn't look good. Montreal, they got gifted that draw. But this is what happens when you're into Miami and you have Messi and stuff. teams see you on the schedule and they're gonna bring their A game. And Nashville turned it on to pre-World Cup break because they haven't looked like that since the first half of the season. What the hell is going on with you, Chris?
What this is how disappointed I am. That I'm just gonna do the show like this.
All right.
Like that. That's how I'm gonna do the show. I'm just gonna do the show like this.
That works.
So yeah, it was just a pretty embarrassing game. First half.
Hold on. Is this a fact?
You know what my son mentioned to me? He said Messi shouldn't take the penalty. It should have been Luis Suarez.
For those of you on audio, Kingsley Yad is saying we're 0 for 3 with penalty kicks this year. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I have to go back and check. I will tell you that whenever we're going to line up to take a penalty kick, I always just feel like we're going to miss.
And let me tell you,
I feel confident for some reason. And that's Messi going up to take the kick. But for some reason, I didn't feel confident.
My son was pretty critical about the referee. And let me tell you, the referee wasn't bad. I think he's a pretty fair referee.
Well, I don't know him before today. Like, I don't keep up with these refs like you guys do.
No, he's the Canadian guy.
Who cares? Well, but I will tell you that I like that they were letting him play.
This is just a weird day. And
just real quick,
go
Big TV. He's usually our guest for Nashville. We suffered post World Cup coming back with injuries that we went away with. Leagues Cup was our new preseason for us, and we turned up today. We were only one player missing from the best 11.
It's the best game I've ever seen Nashville do against Inter Miami in my life.
Oh, it's into Miami for sure. Because
my life,
Miami's basically owned Nashville prior to this season, and even when we played in Leagues Cup, it was basically just 2 draws.
In my entire life,
away goals. Yeah.
My entire life, I've never seen better.
This game. Is no, for sure. I'm sure Nashville right now, and Nashville fans are loving it because they've never beaten Miami like this. I mean, they've barely beaten Miami, period. So beating them like this, I'm sure right now they're on top of the world right now.
All right, I'll bring the table back down.
Jam PL fan. You know, it was a foul, but
no,
but they were letting him play. Like,
yeah, he was. They were letting all the players play.
Yeah, I like it. Well, you know what I don't like? I don't like that if Miami somehow wins this game, then Nashville's are complaining about the refs. Like somebody's always complaining about the refs. But right now, because Nashville won, they're gonna be like, "No, the ref was fine."
I started the show painting the wall. Circus fun. I started the episode painting.
I don't like it.
You don't like the green?
No, I don't like the green. You should have gone gray.
No, I'm not gonna go gray.
You should have gone gray.
Yeah.
You're about to put up like a bunch of Inter Miami stuff. How's that gonna go with the green?
Well, I mean, but there's gonna be wood planks on the wall.
Okay, the wood planks are gonna be kind of narrow, right? Because they kind of go.
Well, no, you can tell the camera like wood.
No, I think it's gonna look weird with all the pink stuff on the wall.
Well, I mean, it's not just gonna be pink stuff. There's gonna be other stuff too.
Like what?
Should have gone pink. Oh, I was gonna go black. That's really one of the reasons I did try the green.
You should have gone chalk. Chalkboard.
What is that?
We have it here. You've seen it in my house.
Oh, well, that's what the color is that we did in my son's room, which I was gonna do that.
You could literally like write on it with chalk.
Oh no, but no, not all that. I don't know about that.
All right.
Oh my goodness, what a disaster of a game. Let's just end the poll right now. I'm gonna stop the poll. And the loaner saying Chris and people who chose Rocco as the main goalkeeper are Inter Miami. And then Pedri Potter saying talk on game, man. Don't waste people's time with your bullshit. Nobody wants to hear about my personal bullshit, according to Pedri Potter.
Pedri, why do you tune in?
Pedri.
Why do you watch us?
What? Like, we're trying to have fun here.
Why do
You know,
why do you bother to come on here?
goalie Poli, 73% pick St. Clair on the goalie Poli, and 27% pick
You
Rocco.
said don't waste our time with your bullshit.
I'm sorry.
Why does he come on here? I don't understand.
And then look, Rick is not wrong. He's like, you're gonna put pink Inter Miami gear against the green.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
All right,
So
go ahead, Chris.
So the first goal that gets scored is Nashville's, right? And then we go.
You saw it coming, though. You saw it.
Oh
coming
yeah, no.
because
Listen,
they were on our ass.
It's like I told you. I was literally texting as the goal was happening. Nashville is destroying us, and then all of a sudden they scored on us. And then later on, we ended up scoring off of a good play with an exchange with Segovia finishing it off. All of you guys that hit on Segovia, like that patience that he has to be able to manage the ball in the box like that, that's the same thing typically that Messi does. And Segovia laced one up and put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, man. The way he found Segovia, like when I saw him kick that ball, where the hell is that thing going? And that found Segovia perfectly, and then Segovia with the spin around who's it, Palacios. That was a beautiful finish.
Listen, this is the best comment of the night. Jamaica Premier League fan. To be fair, Pedri, why aren't you guys more angry with that performance? This performance was awful.
But you know what? I've been more upset after games, and I couldn't tell you why.
This is bad, dude.
Sometimes I've come on here and I started yelling about how frustrated I am, but today, for some reason, I'm not.
No, this is awful, dude.
You know, maybe okay. I think it's because I don't think that this is going to be the team moving forward very much longer. I think that somebody gets taken out of the midfield. I think that we have one of our wingers back, whether it's Silvetti or Allende. Somebody's coming back. We'll play wide. We get to play this on September 12th again in Miami. Now, if in Miami on September 12th, we look the same and we get dominated, because by then the transfer window's over. We have our team. If we look like that again on September 12th, then I think I'll get upset. But right now, we're talking just strictly regular season. This is the third loss of the year. And again, I got to give Nashville credit. The game plan was counter press and stay compact. And Miami wasn't going out wide. They played right into that game plan. If they're pressuring you and keeping you wide, keeping you central, play it out wide. But they had no options out wide. So what did Hoyos do? All right, let me take off Murat because obviously he's ass. Let me put in Frey that could push up the ball down the right side. And that opened it up a little bit towards the end of the first half. We ended up scoring towards the end of the first half. And when the second half started, I'm jumping into the second half at this point. The first 3 minutes, Miami was on it. You saw the first half. I was like, okay, first half horrible. Second half, we came out on it. And it's just, was it a bad turnover that led to a transition?
Yes.
And once that happened, I felt like the team just fell apart after that goal, because the first couple of minutes, just all the positive in the first 3 minutes in the second half completely got erased as soon as they scored that second goal.
Is this where we're getting to, Danny? Kung Lee is saying Bertha's work rate has been missing lately. That's what we're getting to.
He tracks I'm not saying it's a bad again.
Well, but you know what? RDP at some point in the first half created enough pressure towards the keeper to create a turnover. That one play, right? Because we weren't pushing up on defense. Did I lose you, Danny?
No. We just. It felt like they dominated the ball because we couldn't get the ball to our own half for the majority of that first half.
Danny, I don't know, man. I don't understand how you're not upset about this. This is against our highest competition in the East. This is against the team that's going to compete with us for the Supporter Shield. This is coming off of a disappointing Leagues Cup performance. This is coming off of the Leagues Cup performance and being like, it's MLS time. Lock in against your top opponent with your best possible team and Luis Suarez coming back after not playing soccer. That's what this game was. Now, this game, in terms of in my opinion, in terms of seeding, right, didn't matter. I did mention in the last episode that, it's a 6-point swing. You're up against an Eastern Conference, rival. You're basically one of your top rivals. But I didn't think it had anything to do with the swing, but it does have to do with the opponent. And we fucking embarrassed ourselves today.
You know what's interesting about this is that on the last show we did, where we had Solana on and I was talking to you, and I said, if Miami wins this game, it's a statement win. Because after a Leagues Cup, I thought that if we win, it's a statement win. And both you and Solana both told me that it was nonsense because this game really meant nothing. That's what you and Solana both were arguing with me. No, hold on. And you're going to tell me now you said that it doesn't mean nothing to win, but because we lost, now it's a disaster.
Again, it didn't matter in terms of like the seeding and the standings because we're going to be fighting for that top spot all season.
And we still are. We're second in the league.
Yeah, I know that. But what I'm telling you is that this is an opponent. Listen, this loss, the kind of loss, period. I'm not even just speaking of the loss column loss. I'm speaking of the belt to ass kind of loss that we took today.
Chris,
this is belt to ass today.
That's fine, Chris. Last year we had a belt to ass with Chicago and Minnesota, I believe. The year before that, we got our ass kicked by we got our ass kicked the year before that. Like every year we have a game or two where we get our ass kicked. Look around the MLS. Every team gets their ass kicked once in a while. It's yes, I'm not happy, but I'm not frustrated. I'm not gonna go out on a rant because I really do think that this team right now is still figuring things out. Look, the Casemiro thing, I'm not really happy about the Casemiro signing. I was trying to be as positive as possible. It hasn't worked out yet. Now, will it work out when they switch things up, when they go to a 4-3-3? Maybe. I don't know. But again, I thought our midfield was solid before Casemiro was here, and adding him in has kind of left some things around. And I'm sure that losing a lot of our forwards as he came in has kind of ruined things also. Is it over? Oh, God.
Why? I can't ask the masses if it's over.
Is what over?
Is
we have? You know what? I might go on a rant on you, Chris. We are second in the league. We've lost 3 games all year in the regular season.
This was quite possibly one of the most embarrassing losses I've ever seen an Inter Miami team ever have, ever.
Chris, this season, we lost to Orlando after being up 3-0. And Orlando has the worst defense in the league. One of the worst teams in the league. We lost to them at home. First game in new stadium. This game, we lost to the best team in the league. How are you going to tell me that this is the worst? It wasn't even the worst loss this season.
So
that Orlando game was the worst loss this season. How the LAFC want to start the season was worse than this.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You had me with Orlando, but this is where I challenge you with the Orlando. Okay. The problem with the Orlando,
that was the first win ever at new stadium.
Yes, right? Of course.
So many reasons why that was worse than this.
Yeah, but then that was in the writing, bro. Like we had no shot at winning that. Like even if we were up, I felt like Orlando's gonna win it, and they're gonna have something
3-0. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Am I misremembering that? I think it was 3-0.
I think it was 2-0. Was it 2-0?
I can't remember off time. I think we were up 3-0 that game.
Okay, so 3-0, 2-0, we fucking lost 0. Okay, At the end of the day,
no. That was embarrassing. It was all in the second half. And Nick saying it 3-0. In the second half, they came out and put 4 on our head. That was worse than this.
It was worse in the sense of Orlando came back and beat us. But this was belt to ass all day. All day. A top team with top players from top countries, from top leagues, got belt to ass today.
And Chris, if we come back in September 12th, we beat them by 2 goals, guess what? It's even. And let's see what happens in the playoffs. Again, I'm not happy. But I'm not, is it over? I'm not there. I'm going to go on a rant. I understand. Again, I don't think that this is going to be the formation we play moving forward. I still think they need to figure out this midfield, because playing all 4 of them, although I do like and believe that all 4 are good, I think playing all 4 together isn't working. You need to go back to a 4-3-3. We need to play out wide. We need to play through the wings. And you know what? It's funny is that when Region, was it Region that was going out wide, with a few times that he did get up, they were cutting off that pass to the top of the box quickly.
Yeah, they were.
Like, we know where you're going with this. Boom. What was that? The Scottish kid's name? Taggle something. Tag Seth.
Tag Seth?
Oh, yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, no, I see this coming a mile away. Oh, Region coming down to the touchline. I know you're not gonna cross that thing. I know where that's going. Boom. We're not letting that go to Messi. Like, you got to give Nashville credit. They had one hell of a game plan. Now, Hoyos, you're the interim. I don't believe that you'll be here long term. But guess what? You got the job. You got the responsibility. Figure it out. Figure it out. You got September 12th. You got a month. Figure this shit out, because you get the rematch. Now, if you get your ass kicked September 12th, then we got some problems, because transfer window by then is done. You've had a month to try to figure this out. You get the midfield in order, get your forwards in order, get your shit together, because by then we got to figure some things out.
Is it over? According to you guys in the poll, 73% said no, and 27% said yes. Ended with the same percentages as the last poll. Interesting. So there you go, Mr. Krabs. You asked for the poll, you got it.
David's saying Hoyo's out. You're gonna have to wait for this after the season. We got Hoyos for the rest of the year, so we just better hope he can figure it out.
Listen, this was a pretty embarrassing game.
It was
tough,
absolutely
tough to digest. Now, the second goal that we got scored on, see if you could remind me a little bit about what ended up happening with that second goal, because I do believe that second goal, I don't think that was the back heel from Surridge, was it? I think it was.
No, that was the goal where the defense got so unorganized that Sahad played a beautiful through ball to Mukhtar, and it felt like the defense was just so unorganized. They were all over the place. They didn't know who to mark.
Yeah.
And Mukhtar just got the ball in space and just finished it far post. I mean, tough stop for Rocco. I don't think he had any chance at that. A good above average keeper might have a chance at it, but we don't have that on the roster. Now with Rocco, probably not with St. Clair, not with anybody, but a good keeper, above average keeper, might get a hand on that, but he didn't.
Well, the next goal after that, I think, was the Sam Surridge back heel. And that was the play where I thought Gonzalo Lujan played fantastic, as best as he could. Pushed up so high playing that fantastic defense, like legit, that he left his space open. And at that point, Surridge received the pass and he backheeled it right past Rocco.
Connolly saying the second goal killed the game. Absolutely, because Inter Miami came out firing. Like, it looked like they were going to chase the game. And then 4 minutes into the second half, they got that second goal, and it was a wrap. And then that third goal that you're talking about, the Sam Surridge one,
back heel.
Espinosa gets that ball down the right side. He's in that right channel by himself.
Yeah, he's just
not
chilling.
a soul in sight.
Yeah.
Region went, and he was like by the penalty spot for some reason. Like, he was what? I don't know if he forgot what position he's playing, or that they have one of the best right wings in the MLS, but completely alone, and he plays a simple ball to Sam Surge, who does a beautiful job. I don't know if it was a back heel or what it was, a back chip. He just got it in there, and at that point, you knew the game was over.
Well, and you want to know what the funniest part about it is that I think on that play, Regilon complained. I think he put his hands up.
About the foul. Isn't that the one they were complaining about, the Messi foul? That Messi got fouled, and that's why they said that they weren't that they stopped defending for a second.
Now, all of that, losing 3-1, embarrassing as it is not going to be remembered as the fourth goal that gets scored on us.
I'm okay with losing, but the type of goals that were scored on Miami were embarrassing. Mickey Mouse defense. That second goal, absolutely embarrassing. The way that Mukhtar received that ball, had all the space in the world. Hell, the third goal, where Espinosa was completely by himself and played the easiest of just low crosses to Serge, and Serge does a beautiful job of finishing. The first goal, where Sahad crosses it, and it goes clear across the box. Rocco doesn't bother to go out at it. None of the defenders bother to put a foot on it. And Nahar just runs up to it and heads it to the back of the net. And then the fourth one, the most embarrassing of them. And Hoyo said in an interview that the reason that he's choosing Rocco over St. Clair is because he does a better job of coming out of the box. Rocco has consistently shown that he cannot come out of the box. He cannot do it. And he tries to come out of the box. He misjudges it. He stumbles. And Honey Mukhtar has probably, I'd have to go back and check. Maybe Big TV, if he's still in here, could tell me. That's probably the easiest goal Mukhtar's ever scored in MLS.
So now we're going to talk serious time because I put my glasses on. Okay. This is it right here. And I have a serious question. That pass by that goalkeeper, the Crimson Jaw, the Crimson
Didn't step out of the box.
Didn't step out of the box. I know he didn't.
Okay. I thought you were going to ask.
No.
Okay.
Fantastic play.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic look ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my question is, I know that if a pass is made from the back end to the front end, there's no such thing as like offsides, right?
If they're on their own half, yeah. If they're still on their own half, huh?
Now, am I asking for too much? Maybe it's because the transition was too quick. Would I be ridiculous by saying that the defensive line should have backed up?
No, but I mean, that's the thing. Our defenders are always pushing up so high that they're always out of place. They're always out of
So then let's talk factual. Let's talk actual factual then, Papa.
Yeah.
It's not really Rocco's fault.
Chris, stop defending the guy and just understand that he didn't do a good job coming out of the box.
He didn't. He actually, I think if I'm not mistaken,
he stumbled. That's it. That's all we're saying. He stumbled. That was a bad play by him.
And by the way, for those of you that are following Dane St. Clair, it looks like he buzz cut his hair. No more long hair. Like he did a complete change on his hair. When they went to the view on the bench,
and so it just wasn't Miami's night. And just to go prove how much it wasn't Miami's night, Segovia has a chance for a one-on-one with the keeper. He kind of stumbles, and the keeper kind of gets a foot on it, saves it. Messi gets a chance at the end, hits the right post and the left post. It just wasn't Miami's night. It happens. It happened against the best team in the league right now. And the best thing about it is that we get a rematch September 12th at home. So we have to look better, and we have to win that game.
You know, I actually would love, and I'm going to see if I can scour the internet to see if I can find someone filming that fourth goal from the goal of where Rocco was. I'd love to see that perspective, like our perspective from our seats.
Why?
Because I want to know, because if you noticed on that play, he was out, but then he kind of ran up, but then kind of hesitated and wanted to run back, and then he slipped. So, like, what was he doing before that? Was he going back? Was he pushing up because he thought maybe they're going to keep pushing up? Because I would imagine that he's coming back, no?
Chris, you started this show asking why I'm not more upset. I'm wondering why the only thing you're concerned about is defending Rocco. Like, you aren't upset about the game. What you seem to be upset about is the fact that everybody's pointing at Rocco. Like, you don't care about the result. Like, why are we talking about this fourth goal? It was embarrassing. It was a poor play, and that's it. We don't need to see any other angle of that crap.
So I do care about the result. But what I don't appreciate is that everybody
done is purchase a stupid table that goes up and down. I'm seeing that
Why?
This is going to be a thing now.
It's what all I'm saying is that it's not fair that it's going to go against Rocco because he made that play.
It was a terrible play.
It's an embarrassing
being down by 2 and
Just
being down by 3 is a big difference.
game.
If they're only down by 2, and I understand that Segovia and Messi didn't convert on those, but if they end up converting one of those late in the game, then all of a sudden it's a 1-goal game and you have life. When you're down by 3, that's basically the nail in the coffin. So yeah, it wouldn't have been a difference, and then it didn't end up mattering.
Nick comes in here with a Nick bomb, or maybe like a Nick nug, saying it was his fault he let in 4 goals. And then the Lumen just dropping by saying unreal. That's like a really good one-word just hitter. Unreal.
That actually was really good. I don't know why, but I agree with you. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
all right, hold on. Wait, I want to see this. Pedri Potter coming in saying for second goal, Bright lost Mukhtar. And third, he got spun by Espinosa twice. But again, these bums are biased, so nobody will talk about it because he did the usual shin kicking. Listen, Yannick Bright played the best defense in the midfield.
I thought the midfield was terrible overall. But I guess if I had to say somebody was the best in the midfield, I probably would say Rocco. Bright.
Ooh. So there's your game, guys. Facundo Mura, garbage as hell, gets subbed early as shit in the game. And then your boy Hoyo subs in David Ruiz. He's Benjamin Kramaskiing him, putting him at right back. I mean, luckily, David Ruiz is more skilled, so he could just cook dudes like you saw at the end of the game. Cook the guy. But it was an embarrassing loss.
Our midfield was our midfield was trash. We lost because of our midfield.
Yeah.
They suffocated our midfield. We couldn't hold possession. Their counter press was amazing. We had no wide play. It was just bad overall. But again, I think that I'm hoping that Hoyos can figure some things out. We go back to a 4-3-3, depending on I don't know who we're gonna put out there, but this whole 4 midfielders and these specifically, it's just not working.
And shout out to David Hahn saying first shout out to Nashville supporters. They accepted me with no issues. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I hope you enjoyed your time at the
Nashville. Awesome city. The Nashville fans couldn't have been nicer when I went.
Yeah.
It's not like Ohio. I've never been to Ohio, but the Ohio fans are assholes.
No, I would love to go to a Cincy game.
But
I would
they seem like they're
go.
assholes. But Nashville, very nice. When I went for the Leagues Cup final, really nice people. I had a good time. I highly suggest you go watch a game at Geodis Park. And the game, you know what? That's one thing that I noticed when I was watching this game. I was like, you know what? For some reason, I enjoy watching games at Geodis Park, like on TV. It's just, to me, I don't know why. I think it looks nice. There's just some stadiums that, to me, on TV, they look good. Geodis Park, to me, looks really nice.
Cincinnati looks nice, too, though. No? Cincinnati's got a nice stadium.
I
So it's not memorable, I guess.
When I watch the games on TV, there's certain stadiums that stand out to me that I'm like, oh, I enjoy watching this pitch,
Yeah.
this stadium for some reason, and Nashville's one of them that stands out to me. All right, so can we just get to the standouts, get Bana and man of the match? Oh, Mr. Krabs, if you just want to get out of here, ain't nobody holding you back. So,
He just wants
Chris,
us to leave.
yeah, he wants us to just end the show. Chris, standouts.
You know who stood out to me? Even though we sucked on defense, Falcon and Lujan.
It was interesting seeing
After
Falcon
coming
back out
back
there.
from-
It had been a while.
After coming back from serious injuries, they stood out to me. After coming back from really serious injuries, I am extremely happy to see. And you know what? I was really happy to see Falcon come back and see how annoying he is against opponents. Because like you could see how he was getting under the skin. I'm like, this guy is Uruguay to the bone.
Yeah,
Uruguay to the
up on the
bone.
ground when the guy like touched his arm, he like dropped to the floor.
Yeah. So I think those two guys to me, they impressed me. They stood out.
I want to say nobody stood out to me,
Really?
but I guess Falcon. Yeah, I guess Falcon isn't a bad option because I'm looking at the starting lineup.
Well, I don't want to give it to Falcon because he didn't start technically, so I'd give it to Lujan.
I didn't think Lujan looked good.
I thought he looked good. First game that he's starting, I thought he looked good. I think first game he's starting. I don't know if he started last game.
So Jampia, Segovia, like it's just I was so annoyed with the whole midfield overall that I don't want to talk good about the midfield, but that goal was sexy though.
I'm giving my man of the match other than Messi, Segovia.
Okay, so I guess we'll jump to that. Man of the match other than Messi? You're gonna give it to Segovia?
Yeah, I'm giving it to Segovia. Hands down, man down, hands down, man down.
I'm not gonna give it to anybody. Nobody gets that shit from me today.
Well, I mean, Hedja is saying actually, yeah, Segovia, man of the match other than Rocco.
All right.
And then we go to our Quepena, and I'm gonna give it to Facundo Mura.
That's not
embarrassing.
Yeah, man. It's so bad that they got subbed off.
In the first half, get subbed off, and you're not even injured. You just suck.
Yeah.
So bad.
You know what? Stand out. I'll give it to Hoyos for doing that.
Okay, all right.
Look, I know what you're saying. It's not like, oh wow, how fucking hard of a decision
how
is that?
hard is it? Yeah.
Dude, coaches generally wait till half to do something like that. To not kill the guy's I guess mental or whatever. I don't know. They usually wait.
No, he needs
the fact that he did it in the 33rd minute, I thought that was crazy. Like I wasn't expecting that. That's very rare. And not a good game plan overall, but I guess that decision surprised me. So I'll give him some credit for that. So I give him the standout for that, I guess.
He should have been subbed out and escalated. Well, yeah, for sure he shouldn't have started. You should have started Lujan and Falcon because that's been sort of the normal pairing at times from last year.
Mikhail's missed today.
And Mikhail's missed. But let me tell you, Facundo Mura gets subbed out, you need to take an Uber straight to the airport. And you're flying out of here. You're not playing for this team ever again.
You think they'll keep trying to bring in right backs to replace Frey? Or are we done with that?
I would hope that we're done with that because and I mentioned in the text messages with me, you, and your brother. I thought Cello was bad, but let me tell you, Facundo Mura is all kinds of different bad.
Mura didn't shake Hoyo's hand. Well, yeah, because this is like the ultimate like insult as a player is to get subbed off during the first half.
Yeah,
like that's a huge scarlet letter right there. That's why coaches usually avoid it because they know how bad it looks.
Yeah,
but you know what? Hoyer's like, dude, this is gonna get out of hand. Saad is killing you down that side. You're not giving me anything in the attack. I gotta. So again, I don't want to praise Hoyos too much because I thought that a lot of this was on him also, but that decision, Good decision. Surprised me. Not a lot of coaches would do that. All right, que pena award. You said Facundo Mura. I'm gonna go Rocco for
Fucking typical.
that blunder. Like again, Chicago blunder, Montreal blunder. On top of not playing well, those blunders are unforgivable. Like if you put together a highlight package, somebody will watch and be like, "This guy can't be a regular starter, right?" Like in a professional league, because you can't have that many mistakes to that level and be a professional starter in a professional league, especially for a team like Inter Miami. If you tell me like it's effing freaking, I don't know, Kansas City, okay, we're talking about Inter Miami, like a team that's supposed to be one of the top teams in this league, and you're gonna have your keeper doing things like that consistently, not just once, but it's happened a few times over the last few weeks. Like, you can't do that. You have to put St. Clair back while you find another keeper. And by the
So
way,
Juan
we purchased another international spot from New England today.
Wow. Okay.
So let's see what happens there.
Juan de Oliveira saying if Rocco and Mura play next week, I may stop watching till the playoffs start.
Well, you're right there with my brother, because my brother said if Rocco starts next week, I'm boycotting.
Yeah.
So my que pena goes to Rocco. You know what,
And this is
Illinois?
a good point by Mike V. Before we get to Delanois, the fact that everyone is shitting on Rocco when he benched Dane St. Clair, what does that say about Dane St. Clair?
Rocco didn't bench Dane St. Clair. Dane St. Clair benched Dane St. Clair.
No, Dane St. Clair got benched by Rocco.
Dane St. Clair was playing poorly and lost his World Cup spot. But the international spot they got was for Illinois. Oh, okay. There you go. I thought he was American of Haitian descent. I didn't know that he was literally just Haitian.
Like Haitian and yeah.
That was going to take an international slot. Okay. Well, then I take that back.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let's do FOMOB scores, Danny, because everybody's dying for me to guess the scores of who's the best and who's the worst.
So highest rated player that didn't score or assist, so that removes Segovia and that removes Messi.
So I remove Segovia, that removes Messi, and the highest rated player, I would have to go with. I'm gonna go with Ian Frey.
No, he was the third, fourth lowest.
Fourth lowest. Okay, I'm gonna go with Suarez.
Second highest.
Okay, I'm getting closer. So I got one more shot.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me it's stupid ass RDP.
No.
With mad turnovers.
No. Him and Casemiro did not have good games. The whole midfield didn't have a good game. But with that said, we said that of all the midfielders that didn't have good games, we thought that the best one was
Yannick Bright.
And
I was gonna guess that. I was gonna start off with the Pedri Potter special, but then I'm like, and it would be too good to be true if it's Bright.
Yeah, no, it is. He got a 7.5.
And then I'd say the lowest rated player, and I'm gonna go with my gut on this. I'm gonna pick Mura because he got subbed off so quickly.
Surprisingly, no.
Well, I mean, he didn't have enough time to be so shit. So the person that did have time to be shit was Rocco.
Yes. So Rocco's the lowest. Second lowest being Lujan. Third lowest being Region.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, you see that? The left side of the defense.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Pedri Potter calling it like it is. Bright check came through. Yeah, I got that paycheck right here, buddy. I'm about to go cash that thing. Here it is.
Look, Bright, not his best game. But if Pedri's watching these games and saying that he wasn't the best in the midfield, and I'm not saying that he was great, but of what we saw, the trash that we saw today, if you tell me he wasn't the best, then Pedri, you're definitely not just like come out here just watching the games to watch. Like you're just coming out here with an agenda. You say we got an agenda.
Yeah, look at you. We should, and we know who you are too,
buddy. And we know who you are. All right, I think that's it. So, overall thoughts after today: we are still 5 points out of the Supporter Shield lead, but we are 4 points ahead of the third place team. So we're basically solid in that second slot for the Supporter Shield at the moment. We do have a rematch on September 12th at home. So I'm hoping that everybody brings the noise, and that's a big time game. We got time to figure it out. We got Toronto next week, which should be a team that we can beat, and that's at home. Then we play Montreal the week after that. Again, another winnable game. And so this is the time with 2 winnable matchups coming up. I believe both of them are at home. It's the time to set your lineups, figure this out, Hoyos. If we're going to have any transfers, let's get this shit out of the way already and bring them in so we can get them acclimated to the team. And look, we just got to be ready by September 12th. That's it.
I listen, I really hope that the next game is successful. Like, they got to wake the fuck up, man. This was against a really good team, against the top team that we're going to be competing against. And I don't know. It's things have got to get better.
Told you Toronto was going to beat New England.
Toronto beat New England.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby.
I killed you in this week's predictions.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
Did you?
I did. And let me tell you something. Good thing we didn't bet the over on the Orlando-Cincinnati. They ended 1-1.
Ooh, shoot. That was bad.
Look, I even chose Atlanta over the Red Bulls, and I got that one right. I murdered you this week, boy.
Well, I'm gonna have to take a look at that because there might be a little bit of some weirdo stuff going on. And apparently Pedro Potter's blocked half the chat. Rico's saying he blocks Latinos. So now we're just making accusations. I mean, I don't know if that's a fair accusation.
If you're Spanish, are you considered Latino? No, right?
Oh, that's actually true. I don't consider it. No, they're not Latino.
No, if you're from Spain,
you're European.
Yeah.
You're a European. Huh?
Yeah. European.
Look at that. I mean, Hedge is saying I'm not even Latino. I'm in Bosnia and he blocked me. Pedro Potter, why are you blocking so many people? And then
he blocks Bosnians too.
He just comes in here and he's like, here's my comment, guys. Here's the grenade. And then just runs away.
Nah, I don't know. He had a great comment today when he told us to stop our bullshit.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one, Pedri. Not gonna lie, that was a good one.
All right. So
these post games, Danny, I usually I have a lot of fun with these. And I have a lot of fun with all the episodes, but most of the time the post game. But this was not fun, man.
No, this wasn't a fun show.
Yeah. I mean, I was fucking painting. You start making fun of my fucking green.
It is. I don't know.
We got Pedro Potter. Pedro Potter's not giving a single fuck about our lives.
Any final word there, Chris?
No, man. This game fucking sucked. Today sucked. And Mr. Krabs is saying this has got to be the worst post game of Battered Herons. Is it?
I don't know. It might be. I still want to find the one where we won by like 4 goals and I got upset anyway.
Yeah. You got to find that one because that one's a gem.
No. All right. Yeah. If you're listening on audio, we appreciate you listening to the end. Please leave us 5 stars in a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. And check out Las Garzas tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. We're going to come live with delayed post game. We'll be live tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. So make sure you check us out then if you want to get all of this en español. That's it, Chris. Nothing else to say. I think your paint is dry, so now you can finally give it that second coat. And I think we're done. We're not cooked. We're still alive, and we're going to be fine. September 12th, we'll get to do this all over again. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Again, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will be back on Monday night. So until the next one, have a good one.